Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. I'm your host, Tom Kelly. A little off screen here. There I go. With me, as always, Joe Marks.
Good morning, Philly.
James Scorza.
Top of the morning.
Dave Arnold.
How's everybody doing?
Damon Salim is
on his way.
And we will
En route.
we'll be taking bets. Frank Finnegan's going to call in a little later on.
Nice.
But before we get to the business at hand, you know, if Damon has a rough time out there and maybe gets into an accident on his way here, he can always call David Cherry at 610-565-0300, workman's compensation, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, and criminal law. Tell them the boys at Pattison Ave and EOP sent you.
Yes, sir.
Get
You're safe, Dave.
Birds bus trip to DC, $325. Next what's that? Next Sunday, right?
I thought it was sold out.
Not if the ads here.
Okay,
Dave.
got it. Okay. See, I've heard different things.
Unbelievable. So go, don't go. Who cares? Philly sports trips. Check them out. Eagles game day live, pregame, halftime, and postgame presented by the Painted Line and Edge of Philly.
Well, one thing that is happening, Dave,
What's that, Joey?
that Philly Sports Trips is doing, you go down to the Navy Yard on Monday night. They're doing a tailgate before the Vikings game. How about that, Dave?
Very nice, Joey.
Check out phillysportstrips.com.
There you
and
go.
Get your tailgate pass and go down there and party and get your fill of great food.
Back to the
Eagles game day live, South House, 2535 South 13th Street. October 2nd, starting at 11 a.m. Birds, Jags, pregame and postgame. Come on down and see us, everybody. And wow, what an incredible lineup this network has grown into. Shows every single day of the week, articles and much more. Head on over to eopsports.com. Check out the schedule. Gentlemen, good morning. Joey, do you have something?
Damon's en route, but he's been driving around for 10 minutes, so he doesn't know.
Is that what he texted?
Someone want to wave him down?
He said he's been driving around the premises here for the last 10 minutes.
Nice. All right. Well, is he tuned in?
I don't know.
Just listen to the show from out in the parking lot, Dave. Joey, you got something going on?
Yes, I have a pretty big announcement.
Okay.
I've, since we've started this show, I have been adamant about just trying to do as much as I can with it, with the platform and with what I'm able to do. I am proud to say that I am now a official affiliate partner from the Pattison Ave Phanatics to the Phanatics. I am an affiliate partner with the Phanatics. So all deals and exclusive deals that the Fanatics will have, tune in to my Facebook page, look me up, and then you can also tune in on my Twitter at Joe Wolf 112680 on Twitter. I'm going to be posting exclusive deals, content, stuff like that. But yeah, partnering with the Fanatics. So from the Pattison Ave Phanatics to the Fanatics.
Very awesome stuff, Joseph.
Very nice,
Excellent.
Joe. Very
Look forward
nice.
to that.
Very
Getting
nice.
some deals. Let's jump into the Phils here before we get into the NFL Week 1 highs, lows, woes, and what have you. So, did that Phils game last night? Did that feel like a playoff atmosphere to anybody else? Am I the only one?
Absolutely.
Until that 8th inning.
Until the 8th inning, where everything fell apart.
It did and it didn't. Because I feel like the Braves are kind of coasting.
Coasting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt this way for a little bit because I think they know that either the Mets are going to Met and they're going to just fall into the number 1 spot.
Not going to happen.
Well, I'm just saying, they're saying their logic.
Right. Okay, gotcha.
Their logic is if they do it, fine. If they don't, fine. It's not a big deal.
No.
They don't feel like the Phillies are going to catch them, which, okay. I mean, to Matty B's
it's getting late.
Stubborn. It is getting late.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a matter of, the Braves are focused on the idea that they're locked within that first wild card position.
Right.
Again, if the Mets met, and that's fine.
Right.
In the Braves' consideration, it's like, okay, if they want to hand us the division, sure. But
The Mets
outside of that, they're coasting.
Okay.
The Mets metting. Good morning, Norm.
No.
I love getting our check-ins from Norm up there in beautiful St. Clair, PA. Good morning, beautiful weather, and week 2 tomorrow. The AP is the best way to start a Saturday. We appreciate it.
Amen, brother.
Thank you, sir. Norm.
So
Good morning to everybody in the lobby there at Deals Home.
yes.
Go
Sorry,
ahead,
real
Chris.
quick. Do you think last night, going back to that 8th inning game, I think he found us. Oh, there he is.
What's the time?
Damn.
906.
I lost.
Who waved him in?
Ah, Dave-O.
It was me, Joey.
What's up, Dave? Yeah.
In case everybody's wondering, Dave just walked into the studio.
So
907, and his butt will be in the seat.
I was so close.
Send all checks.
Off by 5 minutes.
Oh,
Damn.
courtesy of Tom Kelly, please.
They're making bets on me. I already know.
Oh, you know it.
I already
You know what time
Good
it
morning,
is.
gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
so
How,
Dave,
how are you?
I'm well, man. Good to see you guys.
Always a
It's been
pleasure.
Too long, man.
Yeah, it's
Always a
been a
pleasure.
Yes,
while.
it's been a while. Yes, it has.
so Dave, to
yes.
answer your question,
Okay.
go ahead.
No, what I was saying was, during that 8th inning last night, the Mets game was already over. They were up. They won 4-3. Do you think the Braves kind of knew that and said, time to put it on?
I
I mean,
if that's the case,
I'm just saying. I mean,
that just puts more validity into them
I mean,
coasting,
right.
because then they were just like,
Yeah, you-
like we can just wait until
4-3
our
Mets,
moment.
they win. Let's roll. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
They turn it on.
Right.
And listen, Sir Anthony, I love him. I think he's the future closer. He got exposed
Last night they did.
He got exposed. He could not control his fastball. He could not spot it.
Mhm.
JT tried everything to kind of get that guy on the wraps and just couldn't.
Mhm.
Or did they put him in too soon, Joe? Did they put him in too
Eh.
soon coming off the injury again in that situation?
No,
a very
because
good
he
question.
did well the last time. Like he did well against the Fish. So, and I know it's a different animal. I get that. You got a bottom dweller and a playoff contender.
Mhm.
It's two different animals. However, closers or setup men have to. This is the point in time in this season where you have to play your best baseball, no matter if you're the pitcher or the batter. And Sir Anthony's better than that, and that's just my opinion.
Oh, he's shown he's better than that.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
like last night, just wasn't
It
there.
wasn't just his night.
It wasn't there.
And the other thing too that really struck me last night was that like after he gave up the head, like the wheels just fell off completely. It was really bad.
They did.
And it was just like you can't be doing that if you're trying to make a playoff, like trying to make playoff contention with these guys, and probably an odds on maybe playoff pitcher you'll be probably playing the Braves in the first round.
Especially with Milwaukee and San Diego winning last night.
Yeah,
That didn't help.
yeah, damn Yankees.
Milwaukee,
Yeah.
Milwaukee won.
Yeah, they won 6-5. They came back and won.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gotta love
it was actually 5-0.
Come
Yeah,
on, Judge,
they
you're
came back
the
and
home
won.
run leader.
Yeah.
How come you didn't help us out last night? Help
Yeah.
a brother out.
You
I'm
know,
telling you, the Yankees are imploding.
Brew Crew.
They're imploding. The Yankees.
I wouldn't go that far. Last night. They
You
just
wouldn't go.
No.
I mean, they've been on a free fall.
I get it, but
I thought about they were up 2-1, bottom of the 8th, right?
Yep.
And then like Dave, like the Braves just they start raking, man. It's just like a domino effect with those guys.
Cunha said, "My turn."
Yeah, and it just got
True.
it went from was it bad to worse?
Yeah.
I mean, but this is the thing. This is why I felt like they were coasting, because I've seen the Braves do this to the Phillies early on in the game,
Mhm.
and then it's always like the Phillies kind of battling upstream the whole game. This was like they picked their spot and they just feasted.
So my question is it bad managing by Thompson? Really? I mean, because and the way I say this because I've rather only pitched one inning. Can he get more than one? I think he can get more than
You
one.
know,
Can't he?
that's the thing too. I would have put in Alvarado in for another inning.
I agree with that. Absolutely. I mean,
I actually go a different way.
what's that?
I would have put Zach Eflin in.
Heard that about
Hmm.
you. He actually pitched the other night.
point.
Did pretty well.
Well,
Because Zach needs more pitches to begin with.
Mhm.
Like not necessarily as he did well with the one inning.
He did.
But like he needs more pitching just to see, okay, if you put him in for 2 innings now,
Right.
you see if that arm's stretching out even more.
Right.
Or if that, his ability to be athletic is still there, especially against a team that does induce a lot of ground balls.
Sure.
This is the thing. For me, it was a matter of, okay, you had things in hand going into the 8th. All you had to do
Turn the camera so it's on Joey
was
too.
minimize it.
There we go.
And they didn't do that.
Oh,
And I don't think it's a Rob
Come back to
Thompson
the-
error as manager.
Joey, move to the right a bit.
There you go, a little bit.
Slide to the right.
Fly to the
Look.
right.
Like
Cross.
I don't think it's a Rob Thompson error like in management. I
Okay.
think they're the Braves and I mean, if I looked at that roster that we put out last night, that lineup, and I looked at the Braves, they were a better lineup.
Who
They
the Braves
were.
were, right?
Yes.
And you know why? One of the reasons we're missing Reese.
Missing Reese.
And the thing,
we're missing Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about Reese, man, I feel it's like every September.
I've been saying that for the
Let's
last 2 years.
let's be clear about something that
And it's
people
not,
haven't
it's like this was not his fault type
No,
thing, but
no.
it was like, really, man,
Yeah.
really?
people haven't mentioned this
Again?
yet. And I'm kind of surprised, but I realized this the other night. You realize that Rob Thompson, all the criticism, all the praise, all the in-betweens that you can say about him, this is a manager, interim or not, has not played with his full team.
Good point.
He hasn't played with a full,
True.
healthy team. He came in, Bryce went out. Well, Gene Segura was already out. And, then Nick, then Reese, now you're having like Eflin.
So no full squad, you're saying?
No full squad. You don't know
Okay.
what this team really has the potential to do once that full squad is fielded.
Okay.
And I mean, that's where I'm holding out my opinion.
Mhm.
It's like I need to see what this team is at full gear. And I hope to see that.
Right.
It's been kind of difficult to do that. So I don't know what's going on with Nick.
Yeah, what is his story? I mean, what
it's an
I-
oblique strain.
is that what it is?
Yeah, he's
So-
supposed to be back next week.
Is that what they're saying?
That's what they're saying, but an oblique strain is a very
I-
odd injury.
I did hear that Wheeler did pitch yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I did hear that.
I mean, and that's another one. It's
Rehab assignment.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
my feeling is this: that if this team can somehow,
Stay above water, Joe.
stay above water, but somehow get healthy while staying above water,
Yeah.
maybe we see that full complement of people by the playoffs. But now, whether or not they gel right away, that's something. to be-
Tonight will definitely tell a story because Mr. Nola's on the man.
Well, and also I don't expect the
Yeah.
Braves to put up that many runs. Usually when a team puts up that many runs, particularly late in the game, I don't see them putting up 8 runs again. It was 8-7.
Yeah, it was seven. It was seven.
7-7-2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seven.
So I mean, hopefully, the Phillies didn't help themselves. Man on first and third, not bringing anybody in.
Oh yeah, I mean they've left what over 600 runners this
Yeah,
season.
it's-
It's
Well,
insane.
and I said this to Matty B with that
Hey,
stat,
Coach, what's up, babe?
with that
Hold on,
stat
Foos.
alone, you could with that stat alone, you could have like another major league team
Yeah,
be winning major games.
absolutely.
Like you could just give those runs to like
Mhm.
the worst team in MLB, and they would have 50 more wins.
Last night the Padres put up a 12 spot. That was very
Right.
interesting. Yeah.
But why is that? Why is it in baseball like what was it? The Phillies put up 18 runs a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
Something like that.
and then barely scored like 1 or 2.
That's
Why is
baseball
that?
though. That happens.
Yeah, I
a
know.
lot.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
odd. It's not even odd. It's
Like-
just interesting.
Well,
to me
if
that
you're
that-
facing a 3-pitcher or a 3 or 4 pitcher starter,
yeah,
that's going to happen.
that's going to happen.
I guess it's
Sure.
like ebb and flow, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's you know what that makes sense. Yeah, a third or fourth pitcher,
yeah.
and you rock them, then you're not going to rock.
I
them.
mean,
Well, yeah. I didn't think about it like that. Okay.
So would you guys have left Ranger in longer last night?
Well, he was at 100 pitches.
He was at
so-
105.
He was
Was
at
he
the old
105?
100.
105. something like
Tom, at the old 100. Got to pull him.
that? Yeah.
Can't
You
go
know-
100 and a
Can you
half.
imagine what Nolan Ryan would have said if somebody came out to the mountain and told him you threw 100 pitches? I
He would've
realize.
threw the ball at the guy.
Yes, he would have, Joey. Yes, he would have. God,
Get the hell
What's
back
up,
in the
Zoe, baby?
What's up, Sully?
Like, get the
Suck,
hell back
Sully.
in the dugout. I mean, guys back then threw 140 pitches and were like, "I'll play 2-3 days from
Right.
What's wrong with
Not
you?
in today's game, Joey.
They both get
And
each other.
if I don't pitch Joey, I'll do a bullpen session.
Yeah.
for you.
Right.
I'll give you 3 innings.
Can you imagine? You want to talk about telling like a Nolan Ryan to come out after? Can you imagine Nolan Ryan saying, "Oh, we're gonna sit you down for today. We're gonna have a bullpen game."
Yeah.
What do you mean a bullpen game? What is that?
Guy come out and start
Am
both
I
games in
coming
the
out from
doubleheader.
the bullpen?
And
Like, is that what I'm doing?
And Steve Carlton. He's
I was
pitched
just
a
thinking of
few-
yep.
He's pitched over a few hundreds.
Yes, he has.
And
Yeah.
so,
And is that
Yeah, can I ask Matty B a question here?
Uh-oh.
Since
Yeah.
does anything positive ever come out of Matty B's mouth? Ever?
Good
no,
morning.
because
Jeez, man.
no,
Good morning.
no,
That's
because
Every once in a while, it
He didn't
does.
know.
listen, there's a reason why I say he's the reverse mush. Because everything that he comes out with that's negative, I just bet on because it's going to turn out positive. He's the reverse mush.
I like
love
it.
it.
I like the reverse.
I
mush.
mean, listen,
like
this is a guy who said on air with me, I put him on the spot. I said, okay, who's your reverse mush of the day? He's like, who do I not like? Kyle Schwarber. That night, he hits a home run. I literally go, dude,
I like it.
I you could put money on Matty B. Yeah, you know, that's how accurate he is.
Joey, is it time to get Kyle out of the #1 spot? I'm sick of
Why?
it. I'm tired of it
It ain't changing.
because
Look,
it's
so-
annoying.
Hold,
If
hold
it
up.
a
ain't
few
broke,
weeks left in the season.
don't
So-
fix
I
it.
get it, but
hold up.
come on.
So last night, Kyle Schwarber hit another home run,
Yeah, but
and he set
Yeah.
the Phillies record.
37.
For 31 home runs by a leadoff batter in Phillies
Can't be
history.
hitting 212. What's that?
But hang on, I have never disagreed with moving him out of the leadoff.
Please.
I've never disagreed because here's my theory, Dame.
Yeah.
All those home runs
Yes, sir.
are with no men on base.
Well, yeah.
And
So
it's-
imagine how many RBIs you're going to have the 39 home runs no matter what because you're talented.
Yep.
But if you have men on base, you just get more RBIs.
Well, it also goes back to your point, though, Joey. Like, so he hasn't had his full lineup, right?
Yeah.
So let's say he had the full lineup, James, and then you have options
Yeah.
where you can put Bohm the lead off, right?
Mhm.
You can. I still like Reese either fourth or maybe fifth, however you want to look. Keep
Get,
Harper obviously.
get him out of that 2-hole. I don't like that.
Who's that?
Reese, I don't like him in the 2-hole.
I don't mind him.
I don't mind it either.
No, he's not. Reese, you're not a big Reese guy, no.
No,
but-
I'm saying Segura in the 2-hole. That's what I'm
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm
oh,
cool with that.
Segura.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing though. So you would have Harper, Cassiano, right?
Right.
You could put him at the bottom of the order, but I think with this team, I don't have a problem with Schwarber leadoff. You guys are both.
I do.
You're not wrong. No, you're not
It's an
wrong.
automatic out.
I
Every
want to
single
do
time.
the man a
Not an
favor.
automatic out, but
I
wanna do the-
85% of the time is an automatic.
Listen, I'm
does
trying
he
to-
aggregate me when he does that pop up
Yes.
first swing? Of
course.
course, right?
Look, I'm trying to do
But I mean,
Kyle.
still,
I'm
right.
trying to do Kyle a favor. He could have more RBIs.
but the problem is
if he batted later.
he's not at this point in time. You know, baseball players, they're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
He's not
This is
changing.
true. This
He's
is
going to
so true.
sulk.
Mm.
So you don't do that now. You
Mm.
consider that next year because you're going to add or remove pieces. But with that said, you can still. Let's say Reese comes back, Castellanos comes back. Let's say hopefully they win tonight and maybe you win tomorrow, right? So if you can get somebody back, you split with Toronto. You have the Braves again, which stinks. I don't baseball, man. They just
That's a
wanna
4-game series, too.
They want to murder you, don't they?
Yep.
With this stuff.
Yes,
Well,
do.
they always hope for the division to be closer, so these games all matter.
Well, it does matter because it
Right.
affects us. It affects the
Right.
Phillies, right? So you hope you can get some people back, and then I don't know. Do you? I don't know, guys. I throw this out. Does Rob Thompson do a pitching switch, TK? I'm only asking, right? Let's say they take the series against the Braves, right? Let's say they take the series against the Braves.
Okay.
Endor takes the series against Toronto or split at the very least. Does he then go, look, that depends, Joe, on what we're looking at. Does he then go, do I move Nola up? And then Wheeler's coming back.
Right.
So that's definitely going to affect some things
Sure.
down the stretch.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing.
So I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out. I don't know. I'm just do you because now you want to secure that position or that playoff position. So do you now say, okay, do I need to flip my pitchers? On the days, you know what I mean, things like that. So
I would line up.
Let's just flip the start kind of.
This is why I said this last week, I believe, is that my feeling is that their perspective on Zach Wheeler is that they're resting one of their big horses.
Okay.
So that way they can line him up to be game one starter
for the playoffs.
Okay. So they're going to, and maybe that's the game plan for Zach Eflin, but I wouldn't put that on him to be game two. I just wouldn't. That's too much.
Well, then you also have who's been
Bailey Falter.
Yeah.
And I'd be okay
maybe Bailey
with that.
Falter will be one of those guys to
well.
be the game one
I think
starter.
he should be a game 2 or 3.
Well, like I said, it depends on Wheeler. Though.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I mean,
I agree.
It all agrees. It's all on Wheeler right now. I mean,
Now, my question to you guys: so the Phillies still are on pace to hit 90 wins. They've only done this, however, how long the franchise has been around. I think they've only done it like 6 or 7
right
times.
now, they're sitting at 80 and 64, John. 80 and 64.
No, I know, but
I'm just saying that's where they are right now. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Got 18 games left.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah.
So they could still get to
Yep.
90
Bit
wins,
steep to get 90.
and they haven't. They've done that very few times.
And they're only a game and a half up on San Diego.
92 games.
that's-
The next 8 games: Braves, Blue Jays, Braves.
And then
I'm not
Houston.
seeing
Out
that.
of the next 8
Houston.
games, ideally, what would you like to see as far as their record, and what do you think that they may?
I think 5 and 3 will be.
That's not good enough.
It's not.
No.
6 and 2.
No, 6 and 2 is better. 8-0 is the greatest, but
That ain't gonna happen.
Well, yeah.
Well, 6 and 2 is ideal. 5
Well,
and
I figured
5 and 3.
well,
You're
here's the
walking.
thing.
You're walking a tight
You have,
rope.
you have 7 games. Well, 6
It's
games.
true.
You have 6 games left with the Braves right now because you just as of last night was 7.
Right.
And now you're okay. So I had if they even go 5 and 2 against the Braves. That's actually not a bad thing. But do you see that? Honestly,
No, 5 and 2 against the Braves is real good.
that's what I'm saying.
But 5. I'm sorry. I thought you.
That's it. You have 7 games left with the Braves as of last
If you
night.
take 5 and 2.
No, I'm saying right now.
Yeah,
Right now, you lost the first one.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you go 5 and 2 against that,
Yeah. No,
that's huge.
That's huge.
but
Absolutely.
do you honestly see that happening?
No.
I mean, seriously.
So what do you think? What do you think the record's actually going to be?
Question: do you see that happening? Do you see
I
that
want
5
to.
and 2 against this Atlanta team?
No. I want to.
Who's
I don't.
costing
No,
Mr.
not
Man over there?
realistically. No. I mean, look, I don't like the Braves, but I respect.
I despise them. I said it to myself this morning when I was in the basement.
I
getting my clothes off the
respect
line.
There's one player.
I
in the
so
Braves,
pissed
respect
about
the
last
team
night.
that
One
they
player
We
that
were
I
up
love.
2-1.
but there's one player in the Braves I really like, Austin Riley. How can you not love this kid? This
can't
kid is
stand
Because he's on the Braves.
that, but he's
I don't
the kid's
despise
for
the
real.
Braves like I despise your Cowboys.
just
It's a little
He
different.
just signed a huge contract with the Braves.
But the Braves have been a thorn on my side since Smoltz and
and glad
I don't know if I did. I don't know.
since the 90s.
and Maddox.
And Maddox.
I don't know if I despise Putin as much as I despise the Cowboys.
Chipper too.
Sorry, Dave.
Chipper too.
Wow.
Come on.
Frank Finnegan checking in says, "Good morning." He says, "It's more likely they will go 4 and 4."
I can see
That's
that.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's ideal.
And that 4-4 is still not
500.
great. That's
No,
not
it's
great.
not. It's not.
It's not.
I mean,
No, it's not.
Listen, man.
he says 5 and 2 against the Braves.
I'm saying.
right?
I said
No, I'm saying like that's what
that
I would want to see.
right.
But 4-4 is definitely not what I want to see.
Mm-mm.
No.
See, and the Braves and the Blue Jays are formidable opponents.
And the Blue Jays are still playing for something.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a tough stretch here. And then you got the Cubs and
The
Astros,
Astros,
yeah,
Nationals,
But the Astros
Nationals,
just
right?
clinched. They
And
clinched the
Yankees.
playoff spot. They're in. So
The Yankees are in a free fall right now.
Yankees
they
in a
are.
free fall.
Yes, they are.
So
Absolute
Jets
free
like
fall.
59 hits. 59 homers.
yeah, 59, I think it is.
59. Yeah.
Well,
one guy don't make a team, Dame.
yeah, but
There's no I in the team, Dame.
Ain't no we either.
wait, congrats to the Pools. 698.
Yeah.
698.
He's gonna get
Now,
700.
my question
He's
to
gonna-
you
nah,
guys,
He's gonna
He's
get
going to get
700.
the 700.
with
Oh,
that,
absolutely.
He's gonna get
would you pull a Brett Favre, Michael Strahan if you're a
No,
pitcher?
no.
And then when he gets to 699, you go, I'm going to throw.
You
right
throw him
down
a
the foot.
meatball right
Yeah,
there.
I would.
I would.
I would.
Yeah,
Why
but you would
not?
be that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
As long as he signs the baseball.
I wouldn't do it.
So he
All
says-
good then, Joe.
You lose your competitive.
Yeah, no,
your
I
competitiveness.
get it.
But you would be that guy that said,
But Brett
I
Favre,
threw
I
that
mean,
pitch for the
doesn't
700th home
matter.
run.
It doesn't matter. It's not like getting dunked on a poster. You know what
But
I mean?
Yeah,
here's the other
You're
thing.
you're almost like a part of
No,
history.
that bothered me.
It's true.
That
Getting
bothered me. That straight hand.
I actually have the video of
That bothered
Pujols'
me. I saw that. You
698
remember that, Joey?
home run. Dame, here's the video of Pujols.
Clarence Shippen knocks down 2 in a row, and the Raiders lead only by 20 with 20 seconds to go. So Serrano making things happen for the Aces, and they trail only by 20.
Dave Yarno
Dave
put up a
Yarno
shot.
for 3.
Oh,
That's a brick and a half, Johnny.
yeah.
But you know you like to see him shooting because we all know he can
That was
shoot.
great hustle.
Here's the other thing, though, Dave.
At least he's fast on the court. I'll give him that much.
Oh God.
Damn, at least in this perspective, though, if you throw him a meatball, it's not guaranteed he's going to hit a home run.
This is true.
So,
No,
He might
but it's
pop
like,
it up.
but you know, it's like the home run derby.
yeah.
No, he's going to get a 700. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say 701.
You know, if he played
702,
another
you said?
season
I
or
got
two,
702.
I'll say 702.
I mean, I know he's like
The group
42 or
702.
43, but you know, if he
Watch him
played
hit
another
3 today.
season or two, he could be the all-time leader. Like he could surpass Bonds.
I'm just happy for Pujols because I mean,
What
my
is
God,
mine?
he's had such a great
43.
career.
743.
So you saying if Pujols plays another year?
Another year or two,
Sure.
yeah.
Can you imagine?
Because he would have he
What is he? 40? Was he?
42, 43.
I don't know.
So he's going to pull a Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's
Yeah.
having a hard time
Tom
pulling
Brady.
a Tom
Tom,
Brady.
He is.
Tom Brady might not. Well, I'm not going to say that, but yeah.
Nah,
Gisele-
don't.
That's a different level altogether.
Once you put that out in the air, it's like Brady's
Ah,
receptors goes up, and
I
then-
just know.
so-
I just reading the things, and I'm a married man, and I know how it goes in these streets.
Oh,
and your wife
yeah.
says certain things.
when you retire and then unretire.
And the wife
Yeah,
is not
I
happy.
put my career on hold, and I moved to Boston.
Well, in Tom's world, it's not happy wife, happy life anymore.
Yeah, man. And then he's
Money
gonna go-
don't buy
Then
happiness.
he's going to go right in the
That's
Fox.
clear.
I think he'll be all
Then
right.
he's going to go right in the Fox.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that.
I
but
can't see him. doing that.
He's got a deal.
Does he?
10
Yeah.
years,
Sign
$310
the
million.
deal.
He's
Oh,
already
slow
getting
down.
paid.
Signed, sealed,
that.
and
He's
delivered.
already getting paid by Fox.
Real-
He
oh,
signed,
yeah.
sealed, and delivered.
Okay.
He's going to be the eighth.
And
They had
That's
to
how
hold
much
on to him, right?
he
They had to-
just got a big multi-million dollar deal from the Navy Yard because he put TB12 down in the Navy Yard.
Check out TB12.
What the hell is
What are you
TB12?
talking about? What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
know. It's his company. I don't get. I don't follow Tom Brady to know what his.
I had no
company's about.
idea he put something in the Navy Yard. You know more than I do.
Yeah, well, I live
had
near
no
the
idea.
Navy Yard, so I.
I didn't even know about TV deal. I had no clue.
Yeah.
on that.
Oh, what there? I mean, I
Got
knew
me
about
on that
the
one.
TV deal. Listen, we talked about the records. Can the Phils still take this Braves series?
I think they
Just
would.
this
I
one,
think
not
they-
not.
I think they win 1 out of 3 in this series.
You think they get 1 out of
I think they
3?
win 1. Yeah, I'll give them that.
1 out of 3 means
No,
trouble for that
Oh,
6-2 mark that
sure.
we would like to see.
Yeah.
I don't see this team winning this series or the next series with Atlanta.
Let's see what Nola has tonight. Should be interesting.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Last night was really indicative because, like, when they came back and they held them to 1 run, I was like, okay, this is different. And then the 8th inning happened,
It's just
and the
frustrating.
bottom
Right.
fell out.
But it's so frustrating.
And I'm like, what the hell
But
just happened?
It's so frustrating that this team cannot score with guys on base. It's either solo home run or nothing.
here's the other thing.
I mean,
They had 5 walks last night with all the Phillies pitching.
Right. I mean,
You play with fire, like not even fire. You put a gasoline tank on a Bunsen burner and turn it on when you walk any team that's in playoff contention like the Braves 5 times.
Yep.
You're asking for trouble.
The defending World Series champ.
Exactly, the champs. Like, listen, you hate them or love them, that you have to respect the bar they have set, and right now they're the bar because they're the champs.
Don't count the Dodgers out there, Joey. They're still in there too.
Oh,
I'm just
Well,
saying.
the thing I always admired about the Braves is their minor league system. It's been consistent,
it's
man.
absurd.
Yeah, I like that,
It's
Joe.
absurd.
It's and for years, Dave. I mean, I go back to the Smokes, Maddox, and Glavine days. They came. No, all of them didn't come to that system, but I think somebody got
Scott Fransky brought that up last
drafted.
night.
What's that?
Smoltz, Glavine, all of 3 of them.
Smoltz, Glavine. Yeah, he was on there.
No,
Yep.
I know, but all 3 of them didn't come through the system.
No.
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 That's what I'm saying. They don't.
No.
But nonetheless, like my Freeman, not Freeman.
Chipper.
Chipper. I love Chipper.
How can he not?
I love Chipper, man.
Good
But I
for
mean,
him.
like
It's easy.
Scott
They
Franzke.
Brave.
Scott Franzke brought that up last night.
What the
They-
player? Not. I mean, the player. The team. I get,
they
But as a sportsman, you got to
respect the player.
they
I
came
guess.
up
Thank
and
you. Thank you.
one guy came up.
Yeah.
I forget who it was, but he was a young guy. And Scott Franzke's like, "Oh, this guy's 21 years old from the Braves organization."
Yeah.
Like he said it sarcastically, like, "Of course,
Yeah.
of course they have this."
Right.
It's like they
And
just
you know what's
can't get
funny?
the
They just
picture.
got Albies back too.
Yeah, well-
He's a stud too.
But and here's
And
the
he's-
thing for me,
Yeah.
the Braves with their farm system, they could replenish any damn team.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
could literally their AAA team could probably play the worst team in the majors and win.
I always say with organizations like that, you pick from their management, from their executives, general managers,
Right.
assistant general. I know one time Ruben Arbuckle, they were looking at. Well, I don't remember. Was he with us or I can't remember how that went.
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
He was with us, but wasn't he with the Braves? And they were supposed to bring him over, right? And I always thought that with organizations like that, you should really go pick the like go back to. And I know we're gonna get the football, but Mike Holmgren, right? His
Right.
tree, Andy Reid. I can't remember all those guys, but actually take that back, right? The Bill Walsh tree. Those guys actually was the root of that, and then Holmgren came out of that, and then from Holmgren was Andy Reid and those guys.
Right.
Didn't Fisher come out of that tree too?
Yeah.
Mike Fisher. Yeah.
Yeah, all those guys.
Rivera.
Jeff Fisher.
Ron
Fisher, sorry,
Rivera.
Jeff Fisher. That's what I meant.
Well, Ron Rivera was under Andy.
Right, but that's where the tree expands.
That's where the tree expands, and then you look at
Sean McDermott.
Sean McDermott and Leslie Frazier,
Yep.
who's over in Buffalo.
Right.
He was with us, right? So that
Yep.
whole thing expands. So
John Harbaugh.
yeah, all those
Yes.
guys, man, and it's like
Wasn't he a special teams coach for the Eagles?
yes,
Yes.
big time. Mhm.
I
Big
don't
time.
know.
was.
And but before he left special teams coach, Andy moved him up to D-back coach. Yes,
Wow,
yep.
gotcha.
The year before he went to go coach the Ravens, Andy moved. Yeah, he moved him up to D-back coach. Yeah.
Well, all right. I hope that we can at least go 6-2, but I don't see it happening, boys.
You're leaning
No, I
more
don't
to
either.
4-4.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But I bet you're not happy about.
no,
No, okay.
I'm not like 4-4. I'm
I mean,
content
right.
with it. I'm like 4-4,
500.
kicking rocks down the street
Right.
type deal.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking at this wild card, and you got Atlanta, of course, but between the Phils, Padres, and Brewers, it's like a game and a half between all of them. So
It
Yeah.
changes every.
It's going to come down to
crazy.
that last week.
Yeah,
good.
yeah, because
It
it's just
possibly
constantly
could.
changing.
Matty B says Phil's Mets NL wildcard series. I will be moving to Queens for those 3 days. Maybe make it more than 3 days, Matt.
How about a week?
Head on up there.
Well,
And look, I poke a lot of fun. I love Matty B, and he's awesome.
Yeah.
I like to poke fun, but
hey Matt,
Right.
go
That's-
buy the bus from Gardner Minshew.
that's gonna be
Yeah.
that'll be a rough series.
Yes.
That'll be a rough series. for
Gardner
sure.
If
Minshew
it were
tried
to
sell his
happen.
bus.
I think any
Right.
of them will be a tough series, in my opinion.
Keyword: if it were to happen. So
Well,
It's football season, boys.
Yes, sir.
It's football season. As much as
is it football season?
we love the
well, it may not
well,
be for you anymore.
well, it may not be football season
Not for-
I
down there in Texas.
have a
Yes.
bomb to drop later about the Cowboys, man.
Uh-oh.
This is Joe. This is a hot
Oh,
sizzling thing.
I love
You a bomb on my boys?
I have it's a sizzling thing.
Did you drop a
I'm
bomb in
excited.
Dallas?
This is an exciting day.
Did you
Let's
drop a
go.
bomb on my boys?
Let's go.
So
I like
This
it.
is fun
Yeah,
time.
Oh, by the
it's-
way,
it's-
Dave,
it's gonna blow it. Yeah.
Dave,
Here we go.
It's
you
gonna blow my
came
mind.
in. Dave, you came in a little late. So the announcement that I had is I'm an affiliate partner with the Fanatics. With
It's
Mark
just
Rubin's
Fanatics, right?
company. It's the Fanatics
The Fanatics.
or Fanatics. You're right.
Right,
Not the Philly
With the
Fanatic.
F. With the F.
Yeah, with the
Fanatics with an F, right?
So
The
it's Mark
Fanatics,
Rubin's company.
Yeah.
Right.
Sports
It-
company, right?
Instead of
Sports
dinner,
apparel and stuff.
right?
Yeah.
I'm talking with Mark Rubin. Instead of dinner on Blanc, we're going to do dinner on blind. But
It's fair.
but
I didn't see that one coming.
Catchy phrase.
Neither did I.
Catchy phrase, Joey.
So
I've been here all week. Try the veal.
Yes.
Try the bill.
So I was saying to my wife, I said, I have standards.
Poor Sarah.
So I'm going to be promoting sports stuff,
Yes, sir.
but I refuse to promote Dallas Cowboys.
Poor Sarah.
Wow.
Poor Sarah.
I'm not doing
You're
it.
not doing
I'm
it?
not doing
Hey,
it.
I was doing Blue Chew reads before Blue Chew was a
I
thing. So
understand that.
I will whore myself out to any company that would like this
But
this
I
voice.
have standards. I'm a whore.
Joey
that
can't
has
lower his standards. You can't do that. God
No,
forbid,
no.
Joey, you lower your standards.
I am an expensive whore. I am not a cheap whore.
You ain't got my money.
There's a difference.
I have principles.
Yes.
Thank
you.
Drop this bomb because I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
I'll drop it in a second. I have a bet with a good friend of mine that
bet?
the Sixers, if the Sixers don't have a better record than the Celtics, I have to wear a Cowboys jersey.
Is that the bomb drop?
No.
Oh,
the
bummer.
bomb drop is this.
What?
Your dude, Jerry Jones, is going to part ways with Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott by the end of the season. He's going to get away from the money, and they're going to rebuild the Cowboys. And Mike McCarthy will be fired.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I like it.
I think half that's right.
Facebook user says you're easy but not cheap.
I would say
thank you.
I would say Dak, yes.
Thank you.
I think Zeke. I think they're two into.
I think that was Facebook.
Both of them.
They
are
love
Facebook said
Zeke.
that.
gone.
Okay.
Nah, Jerry loves
Gone.
Zeke too much to do that.
Zeke,
His sons don't.
Dak.
What I mean
Oh,
by that
Mike
is
McCarthy
they're going to look at the
gone.
money.
You mean Catboy? You're talking about, right?
So
They're
you're
going to look
saying
at they're going to look at the money.
Oh, this is
They're
good.
going to sit
So
back.
you're saying
because they're not going anywhere. They're going to go. You know what? We had to rebuild.
so
And this
you're
is the year of the
saying
this is the
Jerry's
year.
rebuilding
This
now.
is the year of the quarterbacks.
so you're saying Jerry's gonna implode.
Oh, it's Frank.
He's gonna implode the whole offense. He's gonna gut it.
Yep.
Well,
Wow.
okay, but
Wow.
but time out. And I hear what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. But my point is, Dak just signed a huge contract. Why would
That's
he
the
do
whole
that?
point. He just got
Hey,
hurt.
we did that
Dak
with
just got
Wentz.
paid.
He just got hurt again, right?
Oh, he's out.
And there are ways to in that league. TK knows this. There are ways to.
Oh, I'm sure there
those
are.
contracts.
I'm not saying
we invented it with Carson Wentz.
Wentz,
So-
right?
So
Thank you.
I see him doing something, depending on what they do this year, Dave, and I don't expect him to do much now. Gonna look at it, and he also because he's getting close to 30, isn't he?
Yeah.
Dak's 27 or 28. Yeah. He's out
You know,
there.
that's going to be a factor.
Yeah, and-
Jerry Jones
Yeah.
going to walk into McCarthy's office and just say,
Oh,
out of here.
It's all right. I mean, you know, you guys will take another
No.
5 years to rebuild.
hey, we've been
By that
recording for
point,
26. What's the matter?
No, by
It's
that
another
point,
year.
we'll have at least 2 or 3 more rings under the belt. So we'll be
Congratulations.
catching you.
That's good.
I told you we're only one ring away.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I've had this argument
I
before.
mean, you know, it's
4
just,
rings
you know,
away.
Before the Montreal Canadiens, before the Stanley Cup was the Stanley Cup, have rings, right?
Yep.
Right, and they still count them, right?
Yep.
So the Eagles won in 48, 49, and 60, right?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
So we need
doesn't-
one more, and
that
we're tied with the
that doesn't
Cowboys.
count.
Yeah.
How doesn't it count? It's still a championship
Championship
game
It's not a Super
for the
Bowl.
league that they play.
It's not a Super Bowl.
Boom,
Just
boom,
change the name.
boom. 4 rings.
Stop.
Need one for the thumb, baby.
Stop him.
I like his theory. I love that theory.
Yeah, love that theory.
I've been saying that even before
No,
we won the
I
Super
know
Bowl.
that. I know
I said, we're
that.
champions.
Listen, you know, here's the thing, and Tom's absolutely
Still
right.
counts.
Montreal and like before that Lord Stanley Cup,
I've seen Art.
there was a
I've
championship.
seen Art Monk play one game with the Eagles, and what happened?
And they-
Oh yeah, done.
Last time I checked, that there's a distinction.
Tell me
You're
I'm wrong.
still-
Art Monk was still playing for the
Tell me
league
I'm wrong.
last time the
Tell me
Cowboys
I'm
won.
wrong. I've seen Art Monk play one game with the Eagles. What happened? After anything happened.
Hard Monk still playing.
You know, here's the difference.
Uh,
And you know that's true. Look at
You guys
over
are
here.
Big D.
Like I'm wrong.
Goodbye, Rails.
You guys in Big D are so worried about your big time receivers and your big time
Receivers.
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, that's one.
Right.
You said plural.
Yeah,
Right.
You said,
Well,
you said
Gallup
two.
was, yeah. But
We lost Washington. We lost Washington. Gallup's still on the shelf.
and you let
Cooper.
Cooper walk,
Cooper walked, right?
and you let.
And you telling me what
Cedric
receivers do we have?
Well, I mean, you're the one that was like, "Oh, we got all these weapons."
I didn't say
Okay.
that. No, when they got rid of Cooper, I was like, I was bad. But
I mean, let me go back to this.
You
What I
kept
can do
on
about
saying CD Lamb, baby.
right, our number one is CeeDee Lamb.
Right.
That's pretty. It's okay at this point. But
Yeah, well,
but I don't get Gallup.
Depends on who's
I don't
throwing
get
them.
Gallup's like week 4. I mean, and Washington's out to at least game 7. So what am I supposed to do?
So let me ask you this. Going back to what I said about Dak, could you see that happening? And the only reason
Absolutely.
what could they get for him?
It's a good question.
They could get a significant haul, and I'll tell you why.
It's not going to be like a Herschel Walker thing. Or anything.
No. But he's still a top tier quarterback. I mean, regardless of the injury, some team like I don't know the Jets or Panthers, some team that's desperate for a quarterback, and there are teams out there
Jacksonville?
like that. No,
not with Trevor Lawrence.
No.
Okay.
He's got he's got a 5-year lease starting left from last year.
Carolina's
That's
in
true.
between. Carolina's in between Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. They don't know which prima donna they would rather have.
I think they're going with Baker on that one.
Well, and then the Jets, they're not sold.
They're not giving up on Zach Wilson.
No, I don't think they are either. No.
Yeah,
He's
but
got-
I
I think
they're sold on him either.
No, but he has a leash. He has a bit of a
No,
leash.
I know,
'Cause just because where he was
Wait a
picked.
minute, is he at 3?
But if you had a chance,
Is it 3 or 4 weeks for him? Because I
Uh,
know Flock. They said
four,
Flacco
four,
for. Is
four.
it 4?
Okay.
I know Flacco's
So,
a starter.
but here's
yeah,
my thing.
Flacco's the starter. Yeah,
If you're
absolutely.
Joe Douglas, you're not going to try and make a deal to get Dak Prescott.
Yeah, but
Like,
then
if that's
then
on the
old Jerry's
table,
going to want Zach Wilson.
Hmm.
Which, if they did that,
a product that you
that
know
would
versus a
upgrade that
product
his
you
team.
don't know.
that would upgrade this kid's. I think he's going to be able to
You
play.
think Zach Wilson's a player?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen enough, but I'm.
Oh, he's
I mean,
a player, all right.
I mean, is he?
I
Solid?
would
You know what I
give,
meant.
I would give him the opportunity.
You are so bad.
And here's the other thing. So the other player that Dame mentioned with Zeke, I've teased about him coming here.
Me too.
But there is another team that he'd be lethal with.
Who's that?
Tennessee.
I can see that.
Tennessee. Him and Derrick Henry. That would be like
Just goat scream. I just wanted to see what it sounded like.
Gotcha.
Was that me?
That would be. That would be.
Here's the deal. First of all, Zeke's contract ends at the end of the season.
That's why they can move him.
Right, I get it, but okay, they're gonna run him to death.
Of course.
well, they're gonna pull it to Marco Murray.
Earn his 90 mil.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Let me throw this at you.
They're gonna pull it to Marco
Let me
Murray.
throw
They're
this
gonna
at
put
you.
him into the ground.
They will run Zeke tomorrow 20 times.
Let's
You
say
watch.
by the time his contract's up at the end of the season, right?
Mhm.
They haven't had any negotiations.
Nothing.
So let's say,
That's
and
my knowledge.
I know trades aren't that big in the NFL at the trade deadline, but let's say Dallas is down and they pull a semi. I mean a semi because he's not on Herschel's level because of wear and tear.
Right.
A semi Herschel Walker move where they can. I mean, could you see that as a possibility?
With Jerry, anything's possible.
Hmm.
With Catboy, anything's possible. We have 23 million. They have They have 23 million left in the cap, and they're not spending it.
So
They're not spending it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Right.
Okay, they're saving that money for some stupid reason. Because think about it, Cooper Rush is our backup quarterback. Okay,
They
now
ain't winning much. with
right.
Cooper.
know-
But here's the thing. Time out.
Sorry.
Sorry, James.
No, you're fine.
Here's the thing. Cooper Rush is our backup quarterback. I just said that. Now, don't you think? Would you have faith in Cooper Rush for the next 4 weeks, or go out and get a Jimmy Garoppolo, which you had a shot? You would have a shot with Jimmy G more than you would with Cooper Rush.
Yeah, now I just saw something where he's supposed to be looking at a $30 million former $30 million
Yes.
quarterback. But here's the other thing. This is kind of crazy. This may work in your favor. With Dak being out, right, that's going to lessen your chances of winning games. What if they go, look, you know what? Let's just toss the season.
Yep.
Now they'll get a higher draft pick, and there's tons of quarterbacks coming out.
Yep.
Then that really puts your guy in a position because he has he would have the picks, he would have Dak, and he would have Zeke
Now
to kind of rebuild that team.
the only thing I can see is
That's a
not,
scary thing.
not getting Jimmy
Listen,
G.
He's a lot of things, but he ain't a dumb dude.
Right.
You feel me?
Without
You feel me?
with not getting Jimmy G, which I understand. I see where they're going with this because
Yeah.
Jimmy G might still get that job for 49ers because I don't think they have faith in Trey Lance.
Right.
Um,
Who the 49ers?
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
I don't think so.
We've talked
I'm not
enough
seeing it.
Cowboys.
They
Can we
won-
talk
they won-
about
no, they
the
lost.
No,
Eagles?
I'm saying I'm not seeing. I don't think they have faith in Lance. Is my point.
I got you.
So by week 4 or 5, Garoppolo may have that job back. Just
I don't
saying.
Hit me with that again, Joey.
I don't
I
know.
said we've talked enough about the Cowboys. Can we talk about the Eagles?
Talk about your Eagles.
Let's get back to the Eagles, as Rob Ellis would say.
That's a conversation.
Why was this win so close, in your opinion? And I'll send it around the table to you guys. Eagles played poorly, or the Lions are a much better team than last season?
Gannon screwed up.
Ooh,
Period.
coming from James.
I mean, I guess I'm a little bit too
Are you not?
annoyed about Gannon like during the first week of the season, but that was too close for comfort, man. That was like, but I mean, look, I understand the Lions are supposed to be.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I think Frank's calling.
No, it's
Yeah, I think. What was I saying?
you were saying
talk
about the
about
defense again.
Yeah, something about Gannon. Yeah, overall, I think it was just too close for comfort. Honestly, I think it's like you got to do a better job.
Frank Finnegan's on the line. What's up, Frank?
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning. Good
Morning.
morning.
How are you?
Good.
How is
you
Casa?
doing?
How is Casa Finnegan these days?
Pattison Finnegan is running out of weekends.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
We thought you were in London going to the Queen's funeral.
No.
He's a
No,
pallbearer.
I flew back. Stood in line for 24 hours. Paid my respects and got out of there. Damon, I think you're right. I think Jera.
Jera? That's a new one.
Jera. I think Jera sees that Dak Prescott doesn't have it when it comes to playoff time because he hasn't produced.
Oh, yeah, it's
So,
one way. It's one playoff
and
win.
he's looking at the gold mine of quarterbacks that are coming out of college, and he's gonna hinky the Cowboys this year.
I can see it.
Yeah, y'all hanged out. I'll take that. That'll be a bad team to play against.
Jera? I love the Jera thing. Where did that come from?
I've just heard him called Jera.
I've never heard that,
Because-
but okay.
Yeah. As the Cowboy would say, that's Jared Jones.
That's Cal. Nah, Frank. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see down the line. You know,
Jerry's
Interesting to see.
world. I know
Yeah.
that much.
But well, so James was saying about
Gannon.
Gannon. Yeah.
Right.
No, I said
Well,
basically. I'm sorry, Frank.
Go ahead. No, go. I'm listening.
Yeah, I said basically Gannon, like the defense last week was too close to comfort on.
I'm not real confident in Gannon right now.
No
I don't
confidence in Gannon.
think the boy makes adjustments. I don't know why the rest of the league looks at this guy as a golden boy because I don't see it. I don't see it. And I mean, you can't say he doesn't have the pieces this year because he does.
Right.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that last year when everybody kept saying. I didn't buy into that. He didn't have the pieces. Like, I'm sorry, everyone was all he didn't have the pieces. What do you mean? So, he had the pieces? Like, you know, if my car needs tires, I'm gonna put tires on them. What are you talking about? He doesn't have the pieces.
Well, no, last year he didn't have the pieces.
But what does that? But what does that mean? But people, not just you, Frank. I'm not coming. I'm just saying when people say that, oh, he didn't have the pieces. No, I'm in agreement. But here's what I'm saying: when they say he didn't have the pieces, but now we see that he has the pieces. So what's the difference?
The difference is he doesn't know how to use the pieces.
So maybe he did have the pieces last year.
So
I mean, I'll agree that the team is defensively is an upgrade. No, without a doubt. I'm not saying that. But that statement has kept coming out. Well, he didn't have the pieces, so therefore he wasn't able to implement his system in the manner in which he wanted to. Here's the thing, man. And I said this to Cuz. Big Joe knows this. I'm sorry. I grew up on a defensive concept as an Eagles fan. Marion Campbell, Swamp Fox. Then wasn't a great guy, was so great head coach, but a damn good defensive coordinator with Dick Vermeil. Then we had Buddy Ryan coming in with his system, and Fisher was studying under that. And then you come in with Bud Carson, and then the late great Jimmy Johnson, right? One thing about Pittsburgh and the Giants, say what you want, man, but they're consistent. Running game and defense. Running game and defense. It doesn't change.
Those teams attacking. I don't see Gannon attacking.
Why not? That's what I don't get.
I don't know.
So
what are you afraid of to attack?
That's the mystery.
You know, he lays back. And I don't just mean like I don't mean blitzing in attack. I mean even the rest of his defense, even when they're not in a blitz mode, they're sit back and wait.
I do. When it's 3rd and 20 last week, and you give Stafford that much time, Goff that much time. Excuse me. You give Goff that much time. Goff's not a bad quarterback, by the way.
No, he's not.
He's not a bad quarterback.
No,
he was the first overall pick.
He gets rid of the ball really fast.
He does.
Exactly. So you have to make him uncomfortable. Did you see what Kansas City was doing to Herbert the other night?
Yep.
He was so uncomfortable.
They were raining on him.
Man, please.
So
Versus ribs.
Yeah.
I had.
I'm not saying hurt a guy.
I'm not saying
I'm not saying hurt a guy.
I understand that. I'm
but
saying
make him
Bruce's
feel
ribs.
I had a buddy of mine because I've made this clear on this show plenty of times. I'm not on the Gannon train at all. And it has nothing to do with what happened last year and he didn't have the personnel. He just hasn't proven anything to me because it's about scheme and he doesn't have one. And I never heard that ever. Like, you have to have a scheme. You can't be like, I have nothing. I have no scheme. I'm just flexible. I'm like, what? I'm like, there's a philosophy. And Dame touched on it with Pittsburgh and New York. That's a philosophy. You know, walking in what you're expected to do.
Yep.
But here's what my buddy said. He said, listen, don't get crazy on Jonathan Gannon right away. This team is better defensively, personnel-wise, but they haven't had enough time to really gel to where they, know where each other is going to be without, like, communicating.
So how many weeks is enough time?
Hang on. I'm going to get to that. Because believe me, I'm like, I thought the same thing. So how long? I'm not going to give him the whole year.
Right.
How long? How long until I blow my gasket on this show?
Mhm.
So
I've seen it.
he's like 6 weeks. I'm like, okay, fine. So week 6, if this is the nonsense, you might want to turn my mic level all the way down.
I do anyway.
Because I'm just going to be hollering. And so
That's good work. That's good work.
one of the things, though, that was missing from people's analysis about this Lions game
Mhm.
is Detroit has the second best offensive line in the league.
Mhm.
They're not scrubs.
Good for them.
And unfortunately, we have, quote unquote, the best offensive line in the league.
Mhm.
And I put air quotes on it because we didn't look like it. I mean,
Well, you had a 17-point lead too.
Aiden Hutchinson made us look weak.
Mm.
And that's not good. I mean, I give respect to Aiden Hutchinson, but they moved him around, and that defensive coordinator for the Lions outplayed Jonathan Gannon. Period. It was a matter of better offensive line versus best offensive line. Okay, that's what won the game.
I saw
I
Swift run
told
like
you guys.
crazy.
I told you guys last week when I gave you my prediction that that game was going to be a sweat. It's going to be close.
You did say that.
Yeah, Detroit's doing the right things, rebuilding the team, and I thought it was going to be a sweat. I didn't think they were going to let them have 35 points.
So you do think though that Detroit is going to be a much better team this season than they were last season?
Oh yeah, they're going to be better than 3 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
I wasn't. I mean,
they might win 7.
Yeah.
But they're not a 3-win team this year.
They're not going to be a playoff contender, but they're not going to be cellared.
No.
Do you think it's a combination of Gannon and not really hitting in training camp that is this defense's issue?
I don't buy a whole lot of that not hitting in training camp thing. It's just these guys are professionals, and if you can diminish the wear and tear on their bodies, and have them play healthy in the season as opposed to getting banged up in the preseason, I'm okay with that. And every team's on the same level right now. We the last 4 years. I mean, who can sit there and say that the first 3 games of the year don't look like preseason games,
So
even though it's regular season?
I understand what you're saying, but hear me out here. In years past, it was usually the offense that would have to catch up with the defense coming out of training camp, and all of a sudden around the league, it looks like a lot of defenses are trying to catch up, especially the Birds. Now, that points me in the direction of not wrapping, not tackling, not hitting every day, 2 days, all that stuff. I mean, me personally, I think it might have a little bit to do with, just some of the slow start that we're seeing here.
Well, I mean, how many new faces are on that defense?
True.
I think we got 6 new starters on the defense.
Mhm.
They're not going to pop out of the gate. It's not the players. It's and Joey's right. It's the scheme. There is no scheme.
So
there's no. Everything looks liquid, and you can't be liquid if you're a defense. You have to be rock solid.
let me go by the something.
And he's.
I'm sorry, Frank. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, continue. I'm
No,
sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I'm just go by the something.
He's just not rock solid to me. I just don't see any real direction.
And the thing about it, I'm going back to something Joey just said. You said it too, Frank, actually earlier in the call. You know, the problem that people have to understand, and they should learn this at this point, growing up in the city and understanding all this. Those previous defensive coordinators that I mentioned had schemes. I often remember when Andy Reid was asked about hiring Jimmy Johnson. He said, I was assistant coach, or, you know, he was with Green Bay, and Jim Johnson was a defensive line coach with the Colts. And he got to talking, and he just remembered some things. You know, Andy comes to the interview, James, with this book of plays.
Right.
And he mentioned some things that he had to count with Jim Johnson. He said that stuck with him. So when he got hired, he brings in Jim Johnson, who has a scheme. We knew nothing about Jim Johnson. I found out about this through listening to Andy, right?
Right.
The problem is, and I when people start saying, "Oh, this guy's the next," my eyebrow raises. It just does. It's like, I've never heard of this guy. Who the hell, right? So now you're selling us on this guy's the next up and coming, but he doesn't have a scheme. He hasn't proven anything. That's a problem.
Right.
So because he hasn't proven anything, let me ask you guys this. Has he earned the right to have these practices and training camp where these guys are not tackling? When we've seen great coordinators, I know the times have changed. I know I get all of that. I understand it's not 1975, Dick Vermeil come running to the ground, Andy Reid pushing them 3-a-days and 2-a-days, whatever you want to call it. I understand all that.
Times changing.
I get it. But there's still a work ethic that can take place. And
I have an answer for that.
I don't get that.
I have an answer for that, Dean.
Yeah.
But when I go to the driving range to practice, I practice with a purpose, right? I'm trying to achieve something. I'm not just going up there and whacking balls, just because I want to whack balls. I'm trying to find something. Okay. What difference does it make if you practice these guys 2 days and you have no purpose to your practice?
Right.
If there's no scheme to practice and get right.
Right.
What good is practicing 2 days? All you're doing is, I don't see it. I don't see his picture.
Fundamentals.
I don't see his vision. And here's what I do see. Nick Fangio's available. That's what I see.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Weren't you talking about him last year too?
I've heard that. I've heard that they're going to let Gannon either fall on his sword and implode, and then that's what I've heard. But to go back to what Frank's saying, with purpose and with practice, here's the thing, and like Tom was saying about fundamentals, there's part of practice that you have to practice the game plan for the upcoming game. But if you don't have a scheme to counter what game plan the opponent's going to have, you got Nick Sirianni like going into press conference saying, "I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tip my hand." Dude, I understand, but you guys got nothing. Like it's a poker player playing with a bluff, but not even having a good poker face while doing it.
Right.
Here's the frightening part about that. It's a poker player sitting at the table, and he's got players on the field that give him a full house, but he's not using them. He's like, no, I'm just going to sit back.
Yeah, he's holding his cards. He's holding the cards. He's not.
And he's got the nuts.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Prediction time
for
Monday night's game.
Frank, real quick.
Okay,
real quick. What was the point of the onside kick for Detroit? That blew my mind.
They've done that a couple
that
times.
blew my mind. Because during at that time, Detroit, like the pendulum was swinging Detroit's way.
They did it 6 times
But
last year and they covered 3.
What was your take on that? I would like to know.
Well, I thought they were just trying to catch him napping.
Okay.
And steal another possession. That's all that was.
Okay.
Their special teams guy must have saw something on the last kickoff.
Right.
And went, you know what, we're going to catch him napping.
Okay.
And they didn't.
Okay.
So.
No, just like I said, I didn't see the point of it at the time of the game. I thought because
that's the only reason you could. It's the only reason you use an onside kick at that point in the game. It's coming if you're down.
Right.
If you're down 10 points and there's 4 minutes left. It's coming.
Right.
But at an odd point in the game, the only reason they do it that way is because the special teams guy saw something on the coverage on the last 2 kickoffs and went, you know what? we're gonna catch them napping here.
Right,
Like,
You know, that
makes
reminds me
more
of that
sense.
reminds me.
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid game
Yeah,
one,
outside
Dallas.
kicking
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That makes
They
sense. You
saw
say that.
something. He took
No,
my
I was
crease.
just asking because it just seemed to me like the pendulum was swinging Detroit's direction. That's
Right. Well, listen,
yeah,
we're gonna.
it made no sense to do it, but the only sense you can make out of it is they saw something that they thought they could get away with.
We have a show
Yeah.
coming up
And
after ours today, so we're gonna have to cut
Cutting
cut
out.
ours. Yeah, cut ours down a little. But I want to get. Well, I have Frank on the phone. I want to get everybody's prediction for the Vikings
Okay.
game, starting with you, Frank.
If Gannon plays the game this week the way he played the game last week, Minnesota's dropping a 50 burger on us.
Ooh.
wow. Ooh.
There's no two ways about it. There's no because Cousins beats us like a drum. He's a very smart quarterback. But when it comes to the Eagles, because you look at the record against the Eagles, and he just picks the right spots to throw the ball. And my son just pointed out to me though that Cousins doesn't do well in primetime games.
He's 2-9. He's 2-9.
Yeah. So, but I mean, Gannon's the factor there, and I hate to say it this way, but I think the Eagles are going to lose, and I think they're going to lose big.
Wow.
Man.
Like that.
What's your score, Frank?
I see Minnesota putting 40 on the board. I think they're going to lose like 40-27, something like that.
Wow.
Wow.
I did not see
All
that
right. Well,
coming.
thank you for that depressing.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Frank.
thanks for talking.
Go smack some
prediction.
balls,
Look,
will you?
I'm just trying to be realistic.
No, I
I
get it.
know.
I was shocked on that call. Wow.
I just see
I know.
it, and
He's
I go,
gloating
that
over here.
defense is not ready. For
Yeah,
this.
you have a guy
It's just
gloating
not.
over here now. He's like, really?
No, I'm shocked.
I hear that.
I'm
Well,
honestly
look,
shocked.
Frank. Thanks for calling in as always. When do we get you back in studio?
I think I got a weekend coming up where I'm going to be home again.
All right. Well,
But I got
us know.
5 more weeks up here, and then I'm done up here.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing
And
you
I'll be a
in the new
regular. I'll be
studio.
a regular studio mid-October.
Sounds good,
Have fun at
brother.
Casa
Sounds good.
Finnegan.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Hey guys, have a great day.
You
You too,
too.
man. Enjoy the rest of your
Thanks,
day.
brother.
Good talking to you.
Take
You
You
too,
too.
Frank. Go Birds.
Bye.
Later.
Go Birds.
All right, boys. Prediction time before we get out of here. Let's go around the table. Joey, I'm starting with you.
He's shocked. Look at him. Wow.
That's the way they do
Like
decide.
here's the thing. I don't completely disagree with Frank
Mhm,
in
me
some
neither.
ways, and that it kind of it bugs me.
He said,
it kinda-
it's kind of bugs me.
however,
However.
I feel like this offense and Jalen Hurts is much better than the offense for the Vikings. Because the Vikings defense is nothing to write home about. At least not in my mind. I think the Eagles win 31-27.
Wow.
James scores.
Same thing like you guys said about Gannon. It's like if it's gonna be another sweat, but I do got the Eagles winning. I think it's gonna come down to a field goal though.
Ooh.
It's gonna be last minute field goal by Jake Elliott, 31-28 Eagles.
31-28.
Come on, Dave. Let's hear it.
Wow. I need a big game from Dalvin Cook because I think that's
what I worry
I think
about,
Dalvin
too.
Cook's going to have a good day, and I think Jalen Rager just might pull something
Oh,
out of his head.
stop it.
No, I'm just saying.
Stop
No,
it.
I'm kidding. Anything can happen. I got Minnesota 27, Eagles 24.
Damon.
I don't have a feel on this game. I really don't have a feel on this game for a number of reasons. Cousins cuts us up. He's actually just 2-9 on primetime games. Gannon, I'm not sold. Hurts has to do a few more things for me. I don't want him running the ball 17 times. So I need I need some change from everybody.
Does that bug you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like RPOs, but I'm gonna get to my point. I don't like that's for another day. I wish we could have talked about that more. I really do not like this offense. I know we have weapons. I just don't like the offense, man.
Not even AJ Brown in the question.
No, it did, but the RPOs, I don't like it.
I
don't like again that scheme. It may call me. I just don't like it. But
right.
I don't have a feel, but I'm hoping somebody picks it up. I'll say we're first home game, 31-23. Birds.
Yeah, I can't bet against the Birds right now.
Time out before you go. Joe, what you got? Yeah, you. Okay.
Dave, you want to sit over here?
No.
All right then.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
I know you're gonna ask him.
I got to give you a hard time.
You always do.
You cannot bet against the Eagles at home on Monday night. I have a feeling that they're going to make some adjustments from last week. That crowd is going to be out of their mind, and that's going to be a huge factor in this game.
I want you to go into specifics about the adjustments a little. Offense or defense?
Defense.
You think Gannon's going to make
Yes.
adjustments?
There's going to be a lot of pressure on him
From your
this
mouth to
week.
God's ears.
There's going to be a lot of pressure on him this week.
So what do you guys make of, just before we go?
Listen.
I didn't
Dropping
get a score
Hassan Reddick back into coverage is not going to happen this week.
I hope
You're
not.
going to push him off the edge. You're going to force Dalvin Cook to run right into Jordan Davis.
Yeah, but he's
Hassan
got to be
Reddick-
on the field for more than 22
Hassan Reddick
snaps.
Yes.
will be your Parson.
He has to be on the
He's
field.
going to have to be. He's going to have to be. Well,
Because Dalvin Cook's going to run into that wall of a man, and he's going to go, no, that's not happening.
right.
I'll
And
run
they're
the
going
other
to come
way.
off the
I'll run
edge.
the other way.
You know, they're going to come off the edge on Cousins. He's not a statue, but he's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
he's
yeah,
not a
yeah,
running
yeah,
quarterback.
Right.
You play to their strengths.
So and I have a feeling they're going to make the adjustments. I believe Nick Sirianni, when he said we're all going to take a look in the mirror starting with the coaches, I really do believe that. And I really do believe that this defense is going to tighten up big time this week. I'm going Birds 38, Vikings 14.
Wow.
That's the way to end the show. I love it.
I'm going to leave my comment alone. Let's go.
With
Mic
that
drop.
said, for Joe Marks, James Scorza, Dave Yarnell, Damon Salim, Frank Finnegan, Joe Scorza, I'm Tom Kelly. This is the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. Go Birds.
Go
Go Birds!